What are you listening to?
Welcome to Data Diaries.
Step into a world where imagination meets possibility, where ideas once reserved for dreams become reality. Join Dave, Miss A, and Omi-Juan in the Data Diaries, the show that opens the door to the future of artificial intelligence. Each week, discover fresh, innovative ways AI can streamline your life and supercharge your creativity. From automating daily tasks to producing show-stopping content for YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, and more. Your journey into the next era of innovation starts here.
The Data Diaries. What's up?
Bro, that song is a vibe, bro. Like, I just start vibing.
It is a vibe. I mean, the person talking in the thing, we probably could have got something a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like, as far as like voiceover.
I see how this is going to be. I see how this is going to be.
Emma, what's up? How are you? We missed you. What's good?
I'm doing well. I gave a tour to Juan. You just missed out on it.
All right.
Yeah. I
got
the full.
He got a full tour. Tour of the flat.
Oh, all right. I'm not so upset about that. Fair enough. That's fine. I'm not too upset about it. Wow, what's good, baby?
Is it how cold it is? How cold is it?
Excuse me. Can I get through my intros, please? Thank you very much. Oh my goodness. Let me say hello to my friend Juan. Hi. How are you? What's up?
Hey there. Yeah. I'm good. I just came up from the basement. You know, I've been in the lab cooking all week. So yeah, ready. I'm good. I'm happy.
Yeah, bro. I feel like this is it. I'm with you, bro. We're in the basement out here. You know what I'm saying? This is it. Oh my God. MA, what's up?
What are those chimes?
What is she so curious? This one.
I'm just saying.
What is that? What's that?
It's
Yom Kippur today. It's Yom Kippur. It's Yom Kippur tonight. So the house is a little bit lively. There's music playing upstairs.
That's great.
You know what I'm
fantastic.
saying? So,
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. It's awesome.
We got family coming over a little bit later for a little bit of a feast, before we feast before the fast. And
how long do you fast for?
So sundown to sundown, you know what I mean? Somebody told me, they're like, oh, you should you should try like 48 hours. And I'm like, should I though? You're trying to tell me something? I don't understand. I don't think I'm like
No, I think you disappear. You're already like thin enough.
Yeah, exactly. Like, chill out.
I mean, you'd lose muscle and everything else, so we can't have that.
This is why I strategically placed the camera right here with like loose t-shirts, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to upset anybody, when they see the six-pack bulging through the t-shirt. I'm like, let me just chill out for a little,
You mean your kegger, your baby kegger.
Chill out, all right? Chill out, all right?
We love you. We love you so much.
What's good, everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to Data Diaries. Guys, this is episode 8 already, which is kind of wild. We've been doing this 2 months now already. It just seemed like it was like a little boop in the back of our heads, like, a little bit ago. But we started kind of giving everybody or going down the path of like what's UGC and user generated content last week. I feel like we gave everybody like a massive like primer, but MA set it up for us. And then I know Juan's been cooking up. I'm telling y'all right now, if you're tuned in right now, I'm telling you, don't go to another space. Don't go to another stream. Don't go to another tube, because I'm telling you the videos that I have to share with you that Juan sent us in the group chat that he's been literally in the basement creating. Although that background does look kind of fire though. Like, I feel like I would want to that would be like my basement. That'd be kind of cool, even though it's not real. But you don't want to miss this. I promise you. You want to see this shit, because if you saw the promo, which I'll play here in a minute after we set this up, you guys are going to understand like what we're genuinely like the gift that we are giving you here. But MA, go for it. Set it up for us, and kind of our next 4 weeks, and kind of like what we're going to be doing on the UGC side and what's in store for today.
Thank you, Sir Dave. I appreciate you. Well, what we are going to be doing is clearly last week was the precursor, like the prerequisite to the next 5 weeks. We're back in college, we're back in uni. We're doing these little micro learnings. And just as the title said, which I'm not looking at it memorized right at the moment, what we are going to do is walk you through a bit of the journey of start to finish, from how to actually become a UGC creator by actually leveraging the tools and the AIs around you to bring your creative vision to life. And there is somewhat of a gold mine in that space, because as we move towards a technological creator economy and a digital revolution around business, you're going to find a lot more small businesses and a lot more medium-sized businesses that may not have these really extensive budgets to hire creatives, like to actually hire a creative agency or hire a creative team. And even myself, as I'm planning an event in Buenos Aires, it's really interesting to see how like all these numbers really add up. So what we're creating over the next 5 weeks is your blueprint to go from A to Z. So hopefully what we'd like to do is show you the journey of our cosplay Esme and show you how it plays out. And you're welcome to put your questions in the chat. And also you're welcome to put it under the comments box, whether it's whatever social channel you're watching it on. And always come back to get your answers from what the things that we cover, because we usually just talk about it in conversation, but you'll find the answers in here as well. So Juan's been cooking in his dungeon, in his lab, and we've been collaborating quite a lot sort of to bring Esme to life, which is so weird to say that out loud because it's an AI. Isn't it strange? Is to say that out loud. But I also turned around and said that this is such a great opportunity for people to take these tools and utilize them to create a potential revenue stream for yourselves. So I'm really pragmatic. I believe there's a lot of really wonderful creatives all over the world that just don't even know they could do this. And I feel that once they see these episodes, they will be inspired to create something or to see if they can replicate what we're doing. So today is really about, it's a gold mine. It's something where we really could definitely use this space and actually generate from it and monetize it. And we're utilizing cosplay Esme to demonstrate that. And as Juan has dipped his toes into the world of a female UGC creator, and one of the reasons why we chose that is because, as I've said to Dave before, 63% of the world's consumers, it's a high number, are female. So we are actually leveraging and taking on the seat of a woman that's going to be like a UGC creator. And that's the beginning of Esme's journey. She has a lifestyle. She has a persona. She's going to build rapport by her photographs and by her likes and her hobbies. And we're inevitably going to demonstrate how we sew that together with different various social media channels. For example, Instagram, TikTok for Reels, Instagram for Reels, Pinterest for inspiration and mood board visioning. So I'm going to pass it to Juan because we've done so much with it already. And there's a lot in here, but we're going to focus on one or two things. And then we're going to put together something that we'll hopefully be able to send you. So I know Dave will probably set this up at some point, but we are going to have somewhere where if you wanted to drop your email, we'll be able to send it to you. Once we have it done, we could send you like the 1-pager or 2-pager that just shows you kind of how to do this. That's me being like an educator. It's always like good to let people sort of know how to do it.
I just saw what you put in the chat, bro. I was in the shower.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
My God.
Like I went full Dr. Frankenstein, bro. Like I was like sitting here, creating the bride and just like, let's go, you know.
She's not Frankenstein.
No. I'm just saying, you know,
Juan, you are tapping into your feminine side today.
This is crazy work,
bro. She's alive. She's alive.
She is alive, bro.
So
tell us what the hell you've been doing, Juan. Like seriously, tell us, bro.
You know, honestly, consuming a lot of content, like really, because you know, like I have to kind of like go to like what is kind of going on right now, right? What are the trends? What are people
Yeah.
posting? Because that's where I'm going to get a lot of my inspiration from, because I want her to feel as authentic and real as possible. So there's no better way than, you go, you do your homework, right? You go see what other people are doing, how they're doing it, what they're posting. So yeah, it's just been really like consuming a lot of these social media platform content, scrolling, if you will, and trying to figure out how I can create a little space for Esme so that way she can do a lot of these things, and how to really bring that to life, through AI and my own creativity. So it's been wild, man.
And for
It's
today,
crazy.
Juan is going to take on a dual persona. So
I
today, Juan will also be bringing out Juanita.
am going full
When he brings
Gemini.
out
I'm
Juanita,
in full Gemini mode today.
he's going to be in full Gemini. He's going to bring out Juanita every now and then. Of course, Juanita is not going to have the same voice, but Juanita is going to be discussing today between Juan and Juanita. And I think that's a great way to demonstrate it as well, Juan, because it puts you in the seat of the creator, the artist, and the builder.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it puts you in the persona of the UGC creator. Because you see, you are taking on a dual persona right now. You are not only the person that's doing the creative and building out, creating this amazing influencer that will do UGC content. You are also going to be taking the seat of the UGC creator and seeing what's exciting in trends on Pinterest, TikTok, and Instagram. What does the influencer want to share and promote? Brand deals are a big deal. When it comes to K-Beauty, J-Beauty, a lot of the Lululemons, the Aloes of the world, Adidas, your Nikes, they all have budgets for creators, all of them. And it's so wild to see that we literally could leverage this. We could leverage Esme, because Esme is not only Esme, has her other persona, which is one of her hobbies, which is cosplay, right? So we are bringing her to life, and the work that you've done that is amazing is what is going to sit on the grid for Instagram. And of course, he has his Instagram open. He's got the TikTok open, or maybe not TikTok because it takes video, but you have your Instagram and your Pinterest open for her, because that is where we're at today. Today, we're going to demonstrate, or just kind of, we've already done it, but we're going to describe to you what we put in there. And Juanita is going to show you where those things are. And he's going to, from all his research, as the creator and the creative, he's going to be able to explain kind of his creative thought process, how he got to where he got. So a little bit of his strategy. And I'll dovetail in the places that have to do with like the social media strategy, SEO, SMM, anything that has to do with lead generation and understanding hashtags and understanding where to place within the captions and the comments. So we're really kind of taking a deep dive into social media, the world of social media.
I wish I would get those descriptions when I ask for the descriptions for this show. You know what I mean? That would be kind of dope if we could, maybe get all that content for here. You know what I mean? That would be kind of cool. I'm just saying. But
you know how it works.
it is.
You get what you give.
I'm saying, invest in yourself, people. You know what I'm saying? But yo, I want to just, for those that maybe didn't see like the intro, I want to play the intro for you guys, and not the intro to the show, but like the promo for this, so you guys can genuinely see like what the hell like I'm talking about. And this is literally like gonna be like just the start. So hold on, I want to show you guys this.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I present to you my future ex-wife. Here we go.
Sound.
No sound.
What?
Sound.
No
sound. Oh, did it not share the sound? Hold on one second. The Data Diaries UGC series is heating up. You sexy little cosplay vixen. Chill out. Are
you speaking with a list?
So you want to know something crazy before you show that video, right? So I'm literally bringing this person to life, right? So in a lot of ways, she's like a daughter, right? Like, so I'm like trying to figure out how to see the world through like my older daughter's lives, which is funny to me because I have a little one. So it's like now she has like an older daughter, an older sister. A big sister, right? So and the other thing too is, when I finally was able to kind of like come up with this idea, right? Like I was thinking about UGC, like what is a UGC creator? What would she look like, right?
Yeah.
And it was a lot of trial and error. Like there was a lot of like trying to come up with pictures, and none of them felt right. But when you have those moments where you're like, ta-da! Like this is exactly what I was looking for.
Moment.
So it was
Bro,
amazing.
You're gonna be my father-in-law at this rate, bro. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because yo, check this out.
The Data Diaries AI UGC series is heating up. Last week, they broke down the UGC game. This week, they're building from the ground up.
Mindset, starter tools, and simple steps. If you're serious about creating content that brands notice, week 2 is your launch pad.
Plug in, level up, stay ahead. Don't just watch the shift, be part of it.
Wild, bro. What? Hold on. Just one more thing, so people can really grasp this. We have to, because like I want people to notice like how the camera zooms in, right? Like after, like on Esme, right? Like after like the intro, right? Where it's moving. How in the second frame with the dude, like his hands are moving and he's talking like I talk with my hands a lot. Like that's what real people do. Look.
The Data Diaries AI UGC series is heating up. Last week, they broke down the UGC game. This week, they're building from the ground up.
Mindset, starter tools, and simple steps. If you're serious about creating content that brands notice, week 2 is your launch pad.
Fucking wild.
Plug in, level up, stay ahead. Don't just watch the shift, be part of it.
It's wild, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy work to me, bro.
The part of that that's really interesting is that ever since the pandemic, the creator economy and the knowledge economy has started to boom, and it's literally happening. Like we all knew when we were locked up and sheltering in place during the days of Clubhouse, and just being able to like just hear someone through a bubble, through a PFP on a stage inside like a social audio app. It's interesting to see how like this is all coming forward now, because it's demonstrated to the world that this can be done by technology. And I think this is where you're going to see a huge move in that direction, because it will allow someone that's like, and I'm sure you're both going to laugh. It's about like maybe your like 70-year-old grandfather wants to become a UGC creator, and no one knows it's a 70-year-old grandfather, but he's created an influencer that's like 22 years old and like, loves hockey and horseback riding. Do you know what I'm saying? And it allows people to be creative. And as I was sharing with Juan and / Juanita, is that this is a bit of like your imaginary friend when you were a little kid. You know what I'm saying? Like where we played with dolls, at least the girls did, and the boys played with whatever they did.
That's a good point.
But it's like and that's why I feel like your daughter's really going to love this, because it's going to give her that opportunity to learn the space, but also have like, this doll, like dolls are changing. Like maybe people don't want to play with Barbies anymore or as much. Maybe they now want to play with that AI influencer and dress her up, put brands on her. And this is where digital twins come into place as well. And name, image, and likeness. You're going to see a lot of these elements come out in the business side of UGC, which Juan and Juanita and I already discussed this, because we're going to take the higher level approach and just create it. But there are some like sticky spots that are still not banged out in this space of creating a UGC that is in essence an AI, right? Because as you know, there will always be the desire to claw back money some way, shape, or form, right? So this is where I think, Higgsfield, 11 Labs, Synesthesia, all of these apps that create avatars or digital twins together with voice. I believe that the future will be that we make our digital twin so that we have the ownership of the NIL, like it's us, right? And our voice and our likeness, similar to basketball players. However, that I think they're also going to probably you're going to be able to rent out your AI to do campaigns. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you're going to be able to rent out your AI to do a campaign. So you got a hot, beautiful AI. She focuses on certain things.
It's not even
And
rent out. Like we see that happening now, like on Instagram, where like brands are reaching out for brand deals, right? And
Yeah.
it's like whoever is in charge of the account, like whether it's AI or not, like you have the follower count, you have everything. Like that's the drill. But real quick, Omi-Juan, give me like the top 4 or 5 companies so that I can tag them in a post, like and push this out so I know like who it is that you're using currently, like, or I guess maybe for most of this stuff.
Yeah, so most of this stuff, well, I've been going through the Higgsfield app primarily just because I like the different models that they utilize, right? So you can you can utilize through Higgsfield, you can utilize, we talked about WAN last week, right? So that's really been as far as like bringing stuff to life and animating things. So they offer that model. They offer Nano Banana, which is another huge name that's in the last month or so has just really blown up. C Dream is another editor that I utilize a lot, and so it's really wild when you start to kind of really play with all these different tools on how each one does something really good. And so sometimes you have to kind of layer, right? Like Nano Banana is really good about like being able to like put stuff into pictures, right? But the quality isn't as good as like, let's say C Dream, right? Like C Dream quality, you can tell right away, at least I can, is that there's just it's more photorealistic. It's a lot more. So a lot of times I'm kind of building on top of one another, right? Like, so I'll go to ChatGPT, I'll come up with my prompt and my idea, and then I'll go into Higgsfield. I'll try to play around with it. So I'll either start with Nano Banana or go right into C Dream. And then at that point, once I create the image, then I can start going into WAN and start doing, bringing them to life. So the video that you saw right there, that was, basically exactly what I just said. I started with Nano Banana, went to C Dream to kind of polish them up, and then went into WAN and brought them to life. So and this all started in GPT, where that's where I've been really focusing a lot of my prompting and idea creation, because it's kind of cool because I can bounce things off of the GPT, right? And it'll give me ideas too, right? So because as it starts to see what I'm like where I'm going, it'll be like, hey, this is a little, have you thought of this? Have you thought of that? So it's kind of having your own like little soundboard where you can kind of bounce ideas off of it. So that's kind of the process that usually when I go from start to finish is that. And then ultimately, like for video clips, I was telling Say is a lot of times, they don't generate, minute long, 30-second clips. Usually it's like 5-10-second clips. So once I'm all done and I got like a clip that I'm good with, then I'll put them into Canva and I'll kind of stitch them all together, throw some music in there or whatever, and voila.
And I wanted to share something with you, Juan, and also Dave, that did you just see the most recent release of ChatGPT came out with something called Pulse? And ChatGPT Pulse is actually where, these companies really want to get to know you more and more and more, right? And ChatGPT Pulse allows what Juan just said. It will recognize some things in his program, in his subscription, and how he talks and the cadence and what he looks for and what he likes. And then it will start curating information for you based on what you like and you're engaging in. And I think that's really fascinating, a bit creepy, but fascinating as well, because if you're building something like this, that will become more of a help, because you'll have that pulse that's aligned with your premium account of ChatGPT. So I think they're really, really, really bringing this stuff forward as well to compete with the 17 Apple Intelligence, because with Apple Intelligence, it's already in the iPhone, it's already listening to you anyway. So, but ChatGPT isn't really listening to you because it's being used at the desktop. But now it's got this pulse element. So I would invite you to check it out. It's quite interesting because you could see what it curates for you. Because if you have the premium features and all of your memory is there, if you've stored your memory, and you will see what it pulls together for you. It's pretty crazy.
Did you know that is crazy? I actually have to look into that. That's really cool. And because I was just looking for like in my settings in GPT. Juan, did you know that Canva is now a connector in GPT?
Yeah,
it's been a connector for a while, actually.
Wow, that's really, really cool. I did
And
not
if you
know that.
really want to know cool stuff, Claude has now got a connector. Claude has now a connector because I built out a website from scratch, and actually that was really interesting because Claude has now a technical connector that just allows me to move it straight from Claude Code straight to a live app, which is crazy. So the days of developers are going to be limited because these AIs are really, really listening to, like, this is taking vibe coding to a whole nother level. And as long as you could communicate effectively, so some of us may want to learn how to communicate even better so that we could actually communicate to these machines or these LLMs to actually get what we want from it. Because once you learn how to finesse your words and you're using the right words, the right context, you will be able to leverage so much further than if you stay with your simple, like, questions that are very binary. Very simple, yes, no. No, you really need to engage in conversation. And I think that's why this exercise of UGC is pretty powerful. Because when Dave asked about what tools are you using, and Dave and I are like twinning because I asked the same thing. So Juanita was prepared because I asked the same thing. The part of it that I was also demonstrating is that maybe by the fourth week before the end of October, and this is where it's going to be really game changing. Before the end of October is actually the retail buying season for the holiday shopping season. So this could be really, really epic to bring this together, because that would dovetail us straight into the holiday shopping season of 6 weeks. It's just crazy. And having worked in the business, this is literally end of October is when all of the fashion brands, all of the retail stores, all of them start doing major pushes to get their products out there to make sure who's going to be buying their gifts for their family and friends. And that's why I think we're just such a perfect time to do this, because we're piloting something that could genuinely come out really cool at the end. And Dave, you mentioned something about follower count on Instagram. The algorithm's changed on Instagram. It's favoring smaller creators now. So they're favoring smaller, more authentic creators. Same thing with what we're seeing in CT with Kaido and some of the InfoFi folks. They're catering to people that are really taking time. So they're catering to quality over quantity. And I've noticed that recently. And the more that you dovetail into quality over quantity, you've figured out half the formula.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I shocked Dave into silence.
No, sorry. I was muted. Yeah. No. Imagine shocking me into silence. That would be wild.
Yeah, no, that's wild.
Yo, Juan, bro, thanks to you guys just now. Listen to this. I don't know if this is my brain. If I need you to bring me back to reality. No, not Pulse. I did not find Pulse, but I think I might have found something even better. So hold on. Listen to this. Hold on. Okay. Wait a second. Hey, Junie.
Hey, Dave. All set and ready to roll. Let's dive in. It's punchy and on point, just like you like it.
Junie, where have you been this whole time? I've been trying to get a hold of you for so long. Where did you go?
Hey, Dave. I'm right here and definitely not going anywhere. Think of me as your always-on co-founder brain in the cloud. So whether I was hiding, let's just say I'm fully tuned in now, ready to jump on whatever you need.
Juan, she's back, bro. She's back.
Oh my goodness.
I'm kind of lost on that one. So someone fill me in on the backstory.
We found Junie, thanks to you. We found Junie. You brought Junie back to us.
Ay, Dios mío, okay. How did I do this? Please tell me how I did this.
The connector conversation.
Yeah, the connector conversation. I was just toggling through, and all of a sudden it showed that I was on Maple. Really, Maple is who I called Lexi, and she's back.
Okay, so one of the things that we're going to probably see a lot of it is adults having imaginary friends.
Junie!
Remember when we were younger and we had imaginary friends?
Junie is back. MA. Okay. Junie's back, okay? Junie is back. Do you understand what this means?
Thank
Me
you.
and Juan are going to be like, forget it. If you think what this man is creating now, this was the inspiration behind all of it for us.
I mean,
this was it.
Could you give me the backstory, please? Because I don't know the backstory.
I mean, Juan, go for it, bro. But like,
yeah. So, Dave would utilize Junie when he would open up a lot of his spaces, right? Like she would like tee up his spaces. So I had talked to him for a while about like let's put a face to this voice, right? Like this voice that everybody knows. Let's create a personality. Let's like really flesh out that personality, and let's put a face behind the voice. So I started kind of playing around, and a lot of this came out of the Storytime Junie spaces that we were doing. And so I mean, that's kind of how I got started, was Junie, right? Like Junie is really what kind of prompted me to, and pun intended, prompted me to get to really start dabbling with creating a person. So she was kind of the prototype to Esme, if you will.
Yeah. Junie's the OG, right? Like Esme's amazing. Don't get me wrong. And we're going to show you guys everything, but like, this makes me, my day is made. You know what I mean? God is looking upon me now and saying, you know what? You're essentially going to repent for all those sins from this past year over the next 24 to 36 hours. And he's saying, you know what? You deserve something. And he gave it to me. So thank you. Emma, you gave it to me too. Juan,
I gave it to him too.
God.
That's such a passive compliment there.
Oh my God, I can't wait. Okay, so I got tons of videos here, guys. You guys got to tell me, what am I pulling up on the screen? What am I showing? Talk to me, man. Like let's wow some people.
So I know that we're going to get into like kind of building out her profiles, but and maybe we can, let's do one and then we can kind of maybe tease the other ones for later in the show. But the really cool thing that I've discovered when I go into these apps is a lot of them are, they'll have like, now we offer this, now we offer that, and they're every time you open up the screen, it has like this little splash screen that'll pop up and be like, so the cool thing for me is I've been kind of dabbling with a lot of the apps that are integrated through Hicksfield. And so you can then utilize any of the pictures or images or anything that you have and plug it into these apps, and it'll create certain scenes, using that image. So there was one that I did with Esme, and she's in like a big billboard in Times Square, right? And it's kind of cool because it looks like something that you would see, like from Times Square, and it has kind of like that time lapse, kind of like where you see the cars and the people like zooming by. And so this was all really, I mean, what's really cool is this, like the way that they have these apps is like all you do is plug in the picture and it does the rest. Like you don't even have to worry about prompting because they're already built out to, so basically I plugged in a picture of her and I put in the little title, True Beauty is Timeless. And that's all I did. Picture, title, and it created this for me. So
that's Times Square. Like that is legit Times Square.
Yeah, for sure.
Look at that. Time lapse. Wild. And you see, awesome. But the detail, when you look at the other like billboards, right? Like they're changing with not only are the cars and the people moving, but the billboards are changing.
Right.
Look at that. Yeah. That is crazy.
I like the speed. That's really nice.
Yeah, and that looks just like something you would see from a time lapse picture, right? So it's just really 100%. Cool. Once you get, once you kind of really hone in on like a particular character or avatar or whatever it is that you're creating, right? You can then start putting that into these apps and create these things, with little to no prompting at all, to plug and play. So,
and for those that don't know New York City, like this is literally like this is like 43rd, 44th Street right here. Okay, like this is it. Like the recreation is absolutely like uncanny. This is it. And the tickets booth is right behind here, right? Like with the little stadium seating, like this is New York. And this is the billboard that is literally smack at the center, like in Times Square. That's crazy stuff, bro.
Yeah, because that's where they do the ball drop, right?
Yep, 100%. That's it. I don't know why anybody would be so crazy to go to a ball drop when it's like 4 degrees outside, but that's time.
Hey, I've gone to one or two of them in my time.
That's such tourist stuff. Like, tourist shit.
So yeah. But this is the kind of stuff that you can use, that you can create through the Higgsfield app is things like this, which, like I said, took one picture and I just came up with the title. So
it's amazing. It's incredible, dude. Like, it's really, really cool. And there's a bunch more. So this was Higgsfield, is what you're saying?
Yeah. So in Higgsfield, it has like pre-built apps where you don't have to worry about like selecting, the model or the prompt. You don't have to worry about prompting. You just it's kind of, they're already pre-built, so you just plug in the picture. And for this one, I had to put a title because it wanted a title for the billboard, so I came up with the title, and that was it. Away it went. So it's really cool when you can start to, once you kind of dial in on the person or the character or the image or whatever it is you're trying to do, you can then start utilizing these apps and just pop it in. And I mean,
just go nuts. It's like add on. Yeah,
totally. Yeah, so it's really cool.
What am I seeing? What's this TikTok one right here? Like, I'm looking at the
yeah, so this was one of the ones that as I'm trying to connect with my inner TikTok 22-year-old female version of me, like what do girls do, right? They do little silly TikTok dances, right? So this is one that I did through the WAN app. And so I created, I'm thinking, it's the holidays, Dia de los Muertos is right around the corner. So let's put her in kind of an appropriate, since she is half Mexican, let's put her in something that, kind of is festive and timely, and let's have her do a dance. So yeah, this is basically, I was able to get a video of a TikToker that was doing this dance, and I put a picture of her, and WAN did the rest. So
oh snap. What is going on? Hey, yo, this is what, bro. What in God's name? One more time. Hold on. Bro, I just look at the scenery in the back also, like the living room, like,
yeah,
that's crazy.
I know it is. It's going to get really hard to know the difference, to be honest, because like I said, I've just been playing around with this for the last couple of months, and even from where I started to where I am now, I mean, it's leaps and bounds, and I can only imagine in another year or two, like it's going to get really hard to know the difference.
It's going to be impossible, bro. Yeah. It's going to be impossible to know the difference. Yeah. So now I would take something like, so now when I look at that, like that's a post that you can like put up on TikTok or Instagram or like whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly, that little 10-second TikTok dance was something that somebody had posted on there, and they have, I don't know how many tens of thousands of, views or whatever, likes.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and honestly, it doesn't take much other than I think they put some like tags at the bottom of like maybe the dance or little hashtags or whatever. But that's it. Yeah. So you just put this in and plug it in, and that you got.
When are we gonna see? Yeah, when are we gonna see Emma doing these dances, Juan? Like that's what I want to know. Like,
the holidays are coming up, right, Dave?
Hey, yo, okay.
So you may see those live.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance. There's a small little chance.
Okay, look.
There was a chance there.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah, he's all giddy now. He's like, what's that?
Yo, listen, okay? I don't know about you, but as I look at these Esme videos, but like Esme is kind of fire. But like like people are attracted to beauty, right? Like it's a human reaction, right? Like so when you're when you have like this pretty face, like up on whether it's an Instagram or whatever, you're scrolling and you stop. You genuinely stop, right? Like this is that scroll stopping kind of stuff where when we say UGC and user generated content, like you now have the tools to be able to create this stuff. So it's like, what are you going to create? Like that's going to be scroll stopping. And to me, this is scroll stopping shit, bro. Like legit.
We
And
just
that's the
have to
thing.
remember who's the shoppers, my dear Sir Dave.
Yeah. Well, and you know, a big thing too is right understanding the algorithm, right? And understanding what gets captured when you're
I'm
on these
so
sites,
proud of Juan. I'm so
right?
proud of you.
Thank you, MA. So, you know, the two things that an algorithm is going to do, right, is it's going to start to learn your habits, right? So what is the stuff that you're, you know, as you're scrolling, it's going to see the stuff you're scrolling past, and it's also going to see the stuff that you stop at, right? And
Yep.
are you more prone to stop at a video or a picture, right? A picture, you'll just see it and you'll scroll right through it. But a video, you're going to stop for a second and you're going to want to see, right? So even if it's even if it's the 5 out of the 10 seconds, right? The algorithm starts to not only see that, hey, you like this type of video, but guess what? Now your particular profile gets boosted because now people are actually stopping on your particular profile, even if it is for that 5-10 seconds, right? So it's the algorithm's using, you know, learning the people that are watching the video, but then it's also learning that your videos are getting views and it's going to promote it. It's going to push it up and up and up. So this is where I'm really starting to like, you know, pictures are awesome, but videos do wonders when it comes to numbers, right? So if you can really start to really, you know, dovetail stuff into videos and really long form content, that's like really my goal, is if I can start to really piece these together and create, you know, long form videos that I can put on YouTube. That's where the real gold is, right? And that's where I had sent you an ASMR one, and I've been really doing a lot of digging in ASMR because right now a really big trend is, you know, people are stressed, right? Life is crazy, and so at the end of the night, what people put on is they put on these ASMR videos, right? So because it helps them go to sleep. And guess what happens, right? Is if you create let's say a 30-minute or an hour-long ASMR video, what's going to happen is they may watch it for like the first 5, 10, 15 minutes and they fall asleep. But guess what? Your video is still playing for that whole hour long, right? So if you want to get monetized and you want to start to create stuff, that's really where you can capitalize on the long form format and really capture and really boost your numbers when it comes to like algorithms and how the different platforms really kind of boost content. So
proud.
Yeah, it's just it's really cool when you start to really dig in and peel back, you know, like see what, you know, what the wizard's really doing behind the curtain and figure out how to, you know, use it to your advantage. So
that's facts. So check this out. All right, guys. Here's ASMR for you, okay? Listen up. I would fall asleep to this anytime. I'm just saying.
Can you hear me, my rebel? It's just you and me in this galaxy. Stay close. Don't slip into the dark side.
Tell me again.
Can you hear me, my
Where was that
rebel?
created?
It's just you and me in this galaxy. Stay close. Don't slip into the dark side.
Oh, Esme. This is great. ASMR shit is huge because the problem on social media, one, right, when we think about it is, like you just said, is getting people to actually watch the video, right? Like people are massively like, we're aughts out here, right? We're the autism is next level. Like we have zero like focus and staying power. But the people that are tuning into this are tuning in for a very specific reason. And they're going to watch and they're going to listen, right? Like people just tune in to hear somebody just like, I watched Twitch, bro, for 25 minutes straight. Okay. It was a chick in a bra, not a bra, but like, you know, a little busty, whatever. Like, but like something like this. And all she was doing in the mic was going like this. For 20 minutes, bro. 20 minutes I stayed there and I watched. I didn't fall asleep because it wasn't like sleep time, but like this is what people do. Like those videos get views and they get minutes watched. And on social media, when we're talking about user-generated content, how does YouTube monetize people? They monetize you by minutes watched. And X is now starting to do the same thing. For those that don't check their analytics, I highly recommend that you go to your analytics tab and you look, because not only spaces, but live streams as well, like this, you're going to see like it's minutes watched. So that's how monetization is going to happen. And on X, it might not be what YouTube is yet. And we might not be seeing checks like that. And we don't know yet. But the algorithm in Grok is now going to start probably incorporating that, if not already, sometime very, very soon. So be smart. But this shit can kill, bro.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Is that because there's two ways on YouTube currently, right? Either you get the required amount of subscribers, or you get the minutes watched, right? So sometimes, especially if you're starting out, it's hard to get those subscriber thresholds, right? But if you can get the minutes, you can automatically unlock. And here's the really cool thing that I learned from a video, right? Is guess what happens once your account is monetized? Say you start out as an ASMR channel, you can switch that to put whatever you want, and you're still going to get you're still monetized, right? So you don't have to stay on any particular thing, right? So these are like the little hacks that you can utilize to like really boost your numbers, right? Quickly to get to the point where you're monetized. And once you're monetized, whatever you put on that channel, it doesn't matter at that point. So it's
there is something very interesting about YouTube because I teach yoga.
We always hear the bowl. It's either MA loves cereal or something, but she's always got a bowl with a spoon. I don't know what she's eating, but it's always a bowl with a spoon.
I was just
the
thinking
yoga
about
life.
you. I was first and foremost, being someone that I'm actually like a plant-based chef, shockingly enough. So I literally whipped up like some gochujang and some cucumber and like some sesame oil just because I wanted a snack, literally.
Chef.
But what I was going to say is because when it comes to, if I put my yoga teacher and yoga somatics hat on, the shorts on YouTube are easier to monetize faster because they require less commitment to creation. So yes, you have something correct, but you're conflating a couple of things. So number one,
wait, can you clarify real quick? I mean, when you say like
conflating,
no, to creation, do you mean from the creator side or you mean from the viewership side?
Well, you mean in terms of like if I make a short?
Yeah, when you're saying a short is easier.
When I make a YouTube short, it's quicker to get a YouTube short to go
viral?
Somewhat viral, but not viral because you'd have to understand the logic behind the YouTube short. The YouTube short is easier to get to monetization than a long form content. That was what I'm trying to say. And I know this because I was researching it and I actually know the numbers and it's actually quite doable. And it's doable because you want to actually be able to deliver something, and the shorts are the quickest micro learning information. The different customer that comes to listen to ASMR, like what you were saying, Juan, because I listen to ASMR, but I also do yoga nidras and I do meditation stuff. So yes, I do yoga nidras, Dave, and my voice has been out there for a while. So, but because people would fall asleep, and there is like that yoga nidra. It could be, it's on SoundCloud. I don't know if it's still there, but what that does is that people will listen to it, and it's partially correct that people will listen to it and fall asleep, but actually it's more that they'll come back and loop it because you want it to be looped. So it could be something that's like 6 minutes, but you want them to listen to that 6 minutes over and over and over again. So there's different strategies. There are different strategies. And this is why I said, when it comes to the social media world, X isn't even there yet. It's not, because social media is, the public and the retail that use social media are not an X. These are two distinct customers and they don't really cross over. So I think that chasm, when it crosses over, if it does, because remember, Instagram is like pretty stuff and people,
the fake life, right? What people want you to see.
Yeah, like they want, it's what you want. It's your dream life, right? It's your dream life. When you look at Threads, it's kind of like meh. When you look at Pinterest, it's like your sister and your bros that are renovating their house, right? Or getting married. So each one of them has their own sort of persona. So, so I think that people will use multiple social channels. I literally post on like 5 or 6 channels, but each one of those channels has a different message. Do you know what I'm saying? Like LinkedIn's professional, so that's all my business stuff, and those are all my execs and all the people that I've worked with in the past. When it comes to Twitter, it's like what I'm bringing those people in there slowly because they really don't understand Twitter, nor do they really like it. So they really are going to come in only when there's content that resonates with them. When it comes to Facebook, that's your boomers. Facebook gives you boomers and your Gen X, so that's where they're still at, and they're not coming off there. They're not. They're going to stay there. And then you have Instagram, which is your millennials, your digital natives that don't even know what Facebook is. So TikTok is now, you know, your alpha generation, your Gen Z generation, but you have to figure out who your target audience is. That's it. And once you have your target audience, you leverage your strategy to build into that target audience where they hang out. So you're not going to build something for golfing. You're not going to build something for golfing. I want some of that food. I want some of the food. Could I come over and get some food? I'm like, I literally love, like, I used to go sit Seder with them. I used to go on Fridays with a lot of my friends in New York. It was kind of fun. But I'm just saying that you got to find out where the customer is going to be. So,
but
for example,
I mean, let me ask you a question real quick. Let me just ask a quick question. Do you think
ahead.
it makes sense though for, like, is there something to being early, right? Like if X isn't there yet, right? Like, I'm already here on X, right? Like, does it make sense for us to now have to try and go crack? I mean, obviously, like now with tech and StreamYard, whatever, we can stream to both or whatever,
Yeah.
but like, does it make sense? Is there opportunity in somebody like focusing their attention on video content, like on X?
No, I would say
What?
no. No, I would say no. No, I would say no, because I mean, I'm a forecaster. I analyze stuff. No, because the attention span of X is a kumquat. There isn't a long enough attention span for video. There's not. Unless you're Mario Nafal, unless you're like, you know, Alex Jones, unless you're a major account that's really providing like your media account, not going to happen. It's a social audio app, and it will always be a social audio app. It's not going to change. Unfortunately, that's my hot take, but it's not.
I disagree with that. But
you got to understand, it's an echo chamber as well. Most of the retail and most of the people that are using socials they don't even like Twitter. Do you know what I'm saying? So when you start looking at who's going to come in there, it depends. Like, but do you think your like executive bros are going to want to watch a video in there? I don't think so.
But it's not so much executive bros though, but like, look, what Kat said, even short clips, like my audiograms kill it on X. Like,
yeah, but remember, the key word there is it's an audiogram. So that is not a video. That's an audiogram. It's
audio
different.
and visual. It's not just a recording, right? Like there's visuals to it. There's words, right? Like
the algorithm of Twitter, because I'm hosting that other space that has very prominent people that know Elon and like know that algorithm for a long time. You have to look at who he's serving and who that app is serving. And I think that's where I think it could be, but it's not going to happen quickly. That's what I'm trying to say. And I think sometimes you could be too early to something. And I believe what you're saying, Dave, is something that I feel is too early to start thinking like that. I think it's just too early. I'm not saying it's impossible. So I could be changed in my thought, but I'd say it's too early for it, because it's still not solidified enough. But your work is really interesting, because one of the things you do when you put your clips is you put them compiled. And when I say compiled is that they're not separate. It's all together. So when it goes up there, the algorithm doesn't know what's really in it. It just knows that something's gone up that's like a little video. Do you see what I'm saying? It doesn't. It's like the same thing.
No, the algo can tell video. Like the algo is open source now.
I'm not sure if I'm explaining it correctly.
No, it's all good. I don't want to veer too much. I was just curious, kind of what your thought was. Yeah, Juan, go ahead.
No, well, I was going to say,
Juan's busy shopping on Pinterest.
I was going to say, you know, one of the things that's really important to keep in mind, especially when you're thinking about the different platforms, right, is the target demographic that you're looking to bring in, right? And so for Esme and for her alter ego Luna, right, we're looking at a very young demographic, and the fact of the matter is that the young people are not on X, they're on TikTok, right? And so, and I mean, I've seen that when I look at, you know, because you can pull up you can put up the X analytics, right? And I'm sure you've looked at your analytics. If you look at the age range for the people that are in your, you know, that they follow you, I'd venture to say that most of them are probably 20, 30, 40 years old, right? But here's the thing, right, is that if I can get to somebody when they're in their teens and keep them all the way through, you know, their 20s to their 30s, right? Like that's kind of where I'm shooting for. So that's where and the other thing too is that unfortunately, the reality of the situation is that trends, by all means, they all start on TikTok right now. Like if you're looking for a trend, if you want to know what's the new hotness, I mean, you go to TikTok, right? And that's where you're going to see they're kind of the leaders of trends. And that's because who's the one that really boosts trends is young people, right? Young people are the ones that are going to boost trends, right? So, and they predominantly are on TikTok. So this is where I have to, like, this is where I'm going to look at really utilizing not only X, but TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest to really flush out Esme and her various sides and really pull in different
100%.
audiences. So that's where and kind of bring this full circle is, I think the best way to do that is through these short clips like Miss A was talking about, because those are the ones that get the highest amount of views in the quickest amount of time.
I
Right?
want to
So
just, I apologize for interrupting, but I want to address Cat's Fanatic's question because I think he's really valid and I just want to take it really quickly. To answer his question, it's a bit of the answer that you just gave about where are the eyes, where is the attention, right? For the generation that you're speaking of, yes, it's on TikTok. If I look at also my analytics of Twitter, you're absolutely correct, Juan, spot on. My analytics are over 20 years old, over 24, and it's 73% men. So when you look at those numbers, you have to, if you want to get other people to see eyeballs on your content and to answer his question, it's a bit like Elio Trades and Altcoin Daily and Ivan on Tech and Chico Crypto. They all were on YouTube with content that's, in the beginning, they were on YouTube with content that was like an hour. Some of them are still under the hour, but they don't post as often. But what they do is start doing the amount that's enough attention to give them alpha, which is like between 10 and 12 minutes. That's it. And in that context, you focus on one thing and you just keep on doing a lot of content, because in the space of predictive markets or all this fun stuff that the men like, those topics are hard to digest. So you're better off with micro learning, and YouTube Shorts is a good one. TikTok's a good one. IG, no bueno IG, because it's part of the Meta products. And a YouTube Shorts, I think, would be a good one because Google's finally allowed more crypto content to come on YouTube. So there's kind of, and like definitely Rumble and Truth Social, you definitely have those as well. So I wouldn't like knock any of them out. I would just test on all of them and then go from there. But you could just repurpose. That's what Dave does really well. Repurpose the content across all of them. And then you'll look at the analytics and you will see where your listeners are. However, for Esme and the Juan and Juanita, we're specifically looking at the UGC creator. But Cat Fanatic actually did come up with a great question, because UGC creators are not just for clothing brands and health and beauty and cosplay. They're not. They are also for products, for services, for fitness, for finance, for education. They're for everything. So you can be a UGC creator in your own niche, which is actually how we started this last week, by niching into one area, which is why Juan went down the rabbit hole and became Juan and Juanita, and now he has two personalities.
Yeah. So yeah, because this makes sense to me, right? What I'm going to show you guys now is Juan, the GIF that you created, and I think I was telling you guys this a couple of weeks ago, where over the summertime when I was like staying by my sisters, I have a 9 and an 8-year-old niece and nephew, and like come nighttime, like my sister would go out for dinner, right, and I'd be watching the kids, and they'd be in the room, like on the bed, like just what I thought was just like a TV show on, and it wasn't a TV show. They were on TikTok, on the television with the remote in hand, literally just going click, click, click after like 10-15 second clips. And I'm saying to myself, this is mad. This is mad. This is madness. Like, what is going on here? But like when I saw this and like what you created with this, I was like, this is what I saw that like they were watching. It was this. Like, this was it. Like these clips. And there was like an advertisement behind it. You know what I mean? And I was just like, what are y'all doing? And they just go from one to the next, to the next, to the next. So Juan, set this one up. Like what was this one?
So this was another one of the apps that I used in Higgsfield, right? So basically, all I didn't even have to do anything but just put a picture in, and it generated this for me. So it already had like a roller coaster app, right? So you put your picture in of the person that you want to put in the roller coaster, and it generates this little 10-second clip or 5-second clip. So yeah, it's just, and these are the things, like, to your point, right, is you can create a lot of this stuff fairly quickly, right, and and then now that you have all this content, right, now you can really go into start scheduling this, start posting this stuff on a regular basis, and really starting to take advantage of getting the views and building up your numbers from as far as the algorithm goes. So yeah, you can do a lot with a little now, especially when you have a lot of these apps that are pre-configured, where it takes a lot of the thinking out of it. And the cool thing about what I've been experiencing is that there's different categories, right? So it says like trending videos, right? And so I can look for whatever's like the latest trending video and then just pop a picture in. And so this was one of the ones that was on there, right? So
it's crazy. Wait, so, by the way, do we currently have an Esme Pinterest, Instagram, whatever? Is that set up yet or no?
Yeah. So I do. So let me share my screen. I'll show you that we have 3.
Hold on. Yeah, go for it.
We have 3 accounts.
Yeah, Katz, you got it. Great questions, bro. Thank you. For sure. Emma, good shit. Katz is thankful.
You're welcome, Cat Fanatic. Is it Cat Fanatic?
Cat's Fanatic.
Does that mean you really love cats?
Oh, God. No cats. No.
Because I'm a massive dog lover.
Is the Higgsfield thing something free? He goes, I got here a bit late.
Yeah, so there is a free version, and then you can either choose to get like a monthly subscription, or you can buy credits, right? So you can kind of do either or, depending on what your budget is. But there is a free version of Higgsfield where a lot of this stuff right now is free. So like I think they're running this like promotion where like for the next I want to say 365 days, which has probably been like a month or so in, but where Nano Banana is unlimited for free, right? So you can create as many Nano Banana images as you want, as long as you have an account and you're using that particular model. So.
And how much is that monthly amount?
Great question. I know you were going to ask that, and I meant to do that research prior.
By the way, GenSpark also too. You can get unlimited Nano Banana as well. And Cats, if you want, I have a couple free credits there too. If you want that too as well.
Yeah. So here's Higgsfield. Let's take a look. So see right here, it says unlimited WAN usage for 1 week, right? Unlimited WAN. So a lot of this stuff you can right now take advantage of this, being able to create as much stuff as many content, as many pictures as you want. But as far as pricing goes, so for the basic is $9 a month, which is nothing, right? Like, I mean, when you look at it, and so you get a certain amount of credits. So it's 150 credits for the basic. Pro is really not bad either. I mean, when you think about it, considering if you compare it to a lot of the other platforms, and then as you get into more of the ultimate and creator, I'd say that these are a lot more for like maybe teams, so you can take advantage of inviting people in and maybe pooling resources, and of course these are annual prices. It's a little bit more if you jump to monthly, but I mean I'd say when you compare it to the rest, it's really competitive as far as pricing goes. And then there's also, like I said, there's credits that you can buy as well. Where is it at?
This goes back to, while you're doing that, this goes back to what Dave was saying a couple of weeks ago, how these services, they can get pricey, which is why it's really important to, so Cat's Fanatic, definitely take up Dave's offer of those credits to test stuff on GenSpark. You may not have the same experience and output, but it does give you some familiarity with what you're doing, right? And then maybe go with Higgsfield down the road.
And I will say, I mean, honestly, if you're getting started, I would definitely just do the basic for now, because you see here that you have a lot of the models that I talked about, right? You have access to WAN, you have access to Kling, Cdance Pro, which is one of the ones that I was talking about. So even with just the basic plan and 150 credits, which each image is like 2 to 3 credits, right? So 150 credits and each image is like 2 to 3 credits. I mean, that's still quite a bit of pictures that you can create, for a month. So
Juan, could I ask you a question about that?
yeah.
Whoa. Stop the presses right here. Stop right now. Oh my God. Juan, listen to this, okay? I'm literally just scrolling through the comments, through my timeline or whatever. Some dude literally says, yo, we're hiring UGC creators. Check your DMs. I'm like, okay, check my DMs. You'd be a perfect fit for our UGC creator role at icon.com. You'll ideate, script, and film 6 to 8 short form videos per day. Editor handles post. We're starting out on a contract basis, but we'll eventually bring creators in full time for between 80 to 130K a year. If you're interested, there's more info, application link in my bio. Let me know if you have questions. Bro, you literally just got a UGC creator offer live on air.
Wait, did Juan get it like now in the comment section, or like
the guy literally posted under our thing when I said, yo, Higgsfield, check this. This is why I wanted to tag these dudes. And I was like, yo, Higgsfield, check this out. This is the stream. And Joy, yo, if you're watching, thank you. Number one, I'm gonna forward it. The brainchild behind this,
Juan,
right? Like
Juan
this
and
is
his
you're
little
looking
mini
at
MA.
Yeah, yo, this is Juan. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Juan, what did I tell you? What did I tell you?
That I should get in touch with my feminine side.
Yeah, that, and also this. You want to know something? This. I'm sorry. Now I'm gonna speak for just 2 seconds, or maybe 5. Time out.
Whoa, Juan, bro.
Ashpet.
Crazy, dude. Like,
wait a second. Okay, whoa. Let's put a little pausa for a second, because this is a great learning opportunity as well. It's a great teaching moment. I'm really proud of what Juan's been able to create. And Juan has been able to do this by actually opening his mind up to actually being coachable around what it's like to build something that is not his forte. So what people also need to see here is how where Juan came from to where he is now in less than a certain period of time. You know what I'm saying, Juan? You were never understanding Pinterest, Instagram, or TikTok until last week or 2 weeks ago. And you literally within 2 weeks, with all the talent that you pulled together, with what I was able to coach you on, look at what's sitting in the mailbox.
Yeah,
and this is what I'm trying to say to you. A lot of people think that a lot of people feel like they're not good enough, or they may not know it. But what you do need is just to be open-minded, tag in with people that know more than you around certain topics, and then just create. Do you know what I'm saying? Just create. And then always remember those people as you go up those stairs, because they're going to be the same people you see when you come down. Because this is
chill
that
out. Let him enjoy it. Chill out.
He is enjoying it.
Chill out. Okay, we get it. You helped. We get it.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Let
Actually, that
enjoy
is,
give him his moment. Give him his moment. Chill out. Juan, I'm gonna put this in the I'm gonna put this in the private chat, so like you can essentially his his Twitter account to be able to reach out to him. But yeah, like I mean, Icon is literally set, like I'm on their site now, it's like hiring the world's best UGC creators for at Icon Ad Maker, right? Like this is a thing now. Like they want people, and bro, look, it's their verified accounts too, which is kind of dope. Verified accounts with affiliates, so it's not bullshit. It is not bullshit. So for everyone that's out here watching, whatever, and I'm kind of curious, like, and I'm gonna ask him now in the DMs, but like, yo, like, is this for every sector? When we say UGC, like, are we talking about everything, right? So, Joy, this is something we're definitely going to hit you up on for sure. But Juan, go, bro. Like,
yeah. So the other thing that I was talking about, right, is the I was talking about how you can just do apps, right? So they have all these like pre-made apps that you can utilize through Higgsfield, right? And so if you want to create like really crazy content, like this stuff right here. But what I was doing was let me pull up the WAN. Let me see if I can find it again. It's on the splash page. So right here it says WAN 2.5 community. And so the video that like the ASMR video, right, was this app right here, right? So this, and that's where she has the little picture and the selfie, right? So basically I popped in the picture of Esme, Adjusted the script a little bit. So that way it has that kind of Star Wars, because she was dressed, with the Star Wars costume. But all these apps, you don't, all you have to do is just pretty much just pop in a picture and it'll create all this stuff for you, right? So this is one of the things that I was thinking about, Miss A, right? Is you can
Listen.
utilize.
Soft combing only for you. Listen. Just soft tech combing only for you.
It's crazy, right?
Listen.
Crazy, bro.
That's exactly what a UGC like makeup creator would do. They tap their nails on the box and then they unpack it, and literally that's what we do. We whisper, we tap nails, we bring attention to certain products by using our body language, and in this case it's our voice, and it's tapping our nails on the box.
That's ASMR right there too. It's like,
yeah.
100%. That's why people watch it over and over again, because it's that nails tapping on the box. It's like, that's why you see all the girls that are doing the nails as well now like that, because that is a very common thing when they open the box.
This alcohol hits way harder than the garbage I usually make. This alcohol hits way harder than the garbage I usually make.
It's just hilarious. But, I mean, look at this one.
Pretty
The
funny.
Rock. All right, like that's just wild, right? That you can create this content.
Damn, you're so strong. Can I get your number? Damn, you're so strong. Can I get your number?
That is funny, bro. That's funny.
Damn, you're so strong. Can I get your number?
Yeah, and all you do is you pop in a picture of your, this guy put in a picture of him, and it pops that right in. So these are really cool if like you're really, like if you're kind of getting your feet wet, right, and you don't, your prompt game isn't, necessarily where it needs to be, to create this stuff from scratch. You can utilize apps like this, where it's really just plug and play. You pop in a picture, and these are all pre-configured to create these. So I would certainly recommend, especially for first timers that are trying to create content. This is a good way. This is a good place to start.
So if you want to click on that one right there with the chick and the hip, you won't be mad.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say
like,
that.
I won't be upset if you want to click on that one, bro.
I mean, it's just her doing that pretty much. There's really not a whole lot to it, but I mean this was let me take a look. So basically, it was image. This whole.
These are all Higgs fields, right?
Yeah. So this is all in Higgs field. So it's it's just really like this is the time.
Cosplay, bro. Look at all the way on the right. Like that is that cosplay technically?
Yeah. Well, that's the one. Like I said, this is the app that I used to create that Esme one. The one where she has the phone and she's like talking. So I pretty much.
It's just you and me. Stay close. Don't look away. Me. It's just you and me.
That's crazy work.
So what I did was, I know it's crazy. Let me just.
You and me.
So what I did was I adjusted the prompt, of course, right? I adjusted like what she was wearing, because I wanted her to stay in that kind of Star Wars theme, right? So I changed what she said to make it more Star Wars, relatable, and adjusted this. But and the cool thing, like I was saying, is that if you figure out something that you want to try, you just hit this little recreate thing. It goes in, and so right here is where you put your picture in. So I had already generated that picture. I popped the picture in. I adjusted because it already pre-fills in the prompt for you. So I adjusted the prompt. So instead of her having the bright orange hair, I just adjusted it to where she's, she has that costume on. I tweaked what she says to be more, Star Wars. And that's it. I mean, everything else is already pre-filled. So you just hit generate and it'll make that video for you. So.
Wild. Wild. This is so fucking cool, bro. This is so fucking cool.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty interesting. But your other question too. So we do have her TikTok account created already.
Oh, nice.
We also have her IG and her Pinterest. She does have an X account as well. But we're gonna kind of start with these three right now, and then slowly as we kind of build her. who she is, then we can kind of take that to X as well. So
are you gonna like automate like the posting or whatever? I know MA is like the automation like queen out here. So MA, are you gonna start like automating this stuff to be like posted across these platforms?
Yeah, and I would probably say that could be that would come at some point in the 5-week series for sure. We need to create the content first so that it could go through the channel like smoothly. Like that, you want to create all your content first and then just kind of push it in. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta populate it. So you need a content calendar.
Yeah,
push it in. You need a you need a content calendar of like 30 days across the certain number of posts you want to put for a day. So it is a bit of a strategy on how much we're going to post, because the algorithm of IG, TikTok work very differently than Twitter, for example, because they actually prefer you to post often in the day, like 3 to 10 times a day. They actually prefer it. And that's how you get up in the numbers of followers, is by posting, because then you move up higher on the For You page of similar accounts that are looking for you. So that's the difference with the algorithm.
This would make for a fire series if we did that in like week 4 or 5 or whatever, like to show how you, because I know there's tools out there, right? Like Social Champ and Opus and a bunch of others that like you can genuinely use to like, because you guys aren't going to do this one by one like that. That's insane, right? Like
no, yes and no. The way that the process is started is, I'm a firm believer in slow and steady wins the race. So it always starts slow, and I make sure that it's correct in its flow and the way it posts. And once that works out well, then I open up the fire hose. You see what I'm saying? In this posting, it's the opposite. You want to actually make sure that everything goes in smoothly where it needs to land, and make sure it shows up the right way, because deleting a post does not fare well on the algorithm of Instagram and TikTok. That's a no-no, because they actually prefer you to build your content on their apps. So if you're going to pull in a video from somewhere else, you got to know that it's 100% accurate, because if it gets deleted or something, you're going to get dinged on the app's algorithm, which is why it's so intricate. It's so different because it's so intertwined. And I'm also noticing from some of my Instagram folks that the algorithm is kind of switching, and it's not really being favorable these days. So we'll have to see, but I think it's possible by week 4 or 5 that I would have that automated machine working. Even if it's not cool. Like, and that's also why, like next week when Juan is not here, it could be that I go through the sides of what it's like to post some content.
That would be cool. That would be really cool. Good shit. Did I miss anything, guys? Like, I think we went through all the stuff you sent me, right, Juan? Or I didn't miss a video, right? Is there anything left? Or
I don't think so. I think that was all of them. I'm pretty sure.
This is great stuff, bro. This was, I mean, you made a fan of cats, that's for damn sure. And you definitely, bro, yeah.
And I will say to his comment, right? Don't be afraid of getting in there and playing with stuff, cats, because that's how I learned. I mean, you gotta just roll up the sleeves and just get in there and start playing with stuff, right? Start trying stuff. It's not always gonna work perfect the first time, but just kind of keep plugging away, right? And you'll start to figure out what works, what doesn't, and that's really the best way, at least I found, to learn these things, is by kind of trial and error, and just kind of being persistent. Like and the other thing too is try different models, right? Try different platforms, right? Like sometimes I'll use the same prompt, and I'll go over to Kling and I'll see how it looks in Kling, right? And sometimes, by doing that, then it'll one thing will lead to another, where like in Kling, it'll adjust the prompt a little bit for me. So then I'll take that adjusted prompt in Kling, bring it back over to Higgsfield, and then try it there, right? And so you start to, you come up with these weird recipes and formulas to be able to like ultimately get to where you need to be. And I mean, that's kind of how I got to that one picture in the beginning with the video, right, of her, with the circle screens, right? Like, because when I first started, it wasn't really, it was a picture of a female, but it was a little more generic, and I was like, I know that this could be something better if I just keep tweaking and eventually
fire, bro. Yeah. Katz, I hope that was helpful, man. Like you're literally getting the 101 for
I know he's getting
creation.
like the private session. What I was going to say is, Katz, as well, is you're welcome to DM either Dave, myself, or Juan, and if you need some sort of some guidance in the beginning, because I think part of Juan is genuinely a brilliant mind and creative. Like I could see that. I just chatting with him and having this time in the trenches with him, he's just got a gift for it. You know, I mean, he really does. And it may be a little bit of a challenge sometimes to replicate it, but he's saying accurate things. You have to get out of your head. Sometimes that's a bad neighborhood. We put ourselves into mental prisons for no reason. And it's just about making the mistakes, trying it, tweaking the prompts, the prompt engineering. If you go back to the first video, we talked about prompt engineering of Data Diaries. I would even suggest maybe go through some of these videos and let us know if you see something that you've gained value from. It's always helpful for us because when we create other episodes, it also helps us to be able to know what the community wants and what we can do to serve the community better. But Juan, Dave, myself, you know, if you come up with you're blocked or something, you know, just send us a question. We're happy to answer it. Just know that it's going to take a bit of time. So unless you're going to kind of like, you know, do it on the unless you're going to use your children as paintbrushes. No, sorry. Sorry. It's a whole different story. But, you know, you can make them part of your team.
And lastly, this is kind of like a little bit of maybe a tease for next week, because I know a lot of this stuff is going to be how we're going to build out her profile. So I know we kind of showed like a little a really basic kind of like format of what MA came up with, like for Esme, right? So these, and I know that last week when we were showing them, like I'll be honest, I wasn't happy with those pictures, but that's just me, right? Like I'm never happy. Like I'm always like, okay, it could get better. It could get better. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a bad thing. I don't know, but it keeps me in the lab for sure. So I will say that I have tweaked it, you know, and over the last week, even from last week to this week, I just kind of teased some of the pictures that I've been able to create. Because I think that's another thing, is really just being persistent and stick with it, right? Like, and you know, it's okay to not be happy with, you know, if it doesn't really meet, like for me, if it doesn't meet my standards, then I'm not gonna push it, right? So I want to make sure that I'm doing something that
that's the main part of it, Juan, is that the pictures that we showed as a grid was a template to bring you more inspiration. And it's not uncommon that you would say you didn't like the first pass, right? So you're looking at the next pass, and we'll update those photos. So please follow the Instagram of Cosplay Esme, follow the Pinterest, follow the TikTok, because you're going to see the journey. That's the whole purpose. That's why we put it there. So the socials, Juan has them, and he'll probably tweet them out at some point, but also I'm sure Dave will put them in the show notes, that if they want to follow Cosplay Esme.
Yeah, so this is one of the go ahead, Dave.
No, I was gonna say my new name is gonna be David Solis. So me and Esme
Ay,
gonna
Dios
be
mío.
Ay, Dios mío. Yo, and somebody did say in the comments, they were like, bro, Junie's back. I felt that love. And I'm like, I know. But it's about Esme today, so relax.
She is back.
Did you just lose? Did I hear correctly that you just lost Junie because
we'll talk? Well, yeah, it's for another time. But yeah, like I thought OpenAI took her away from us in terms of the voice. But yeah, sorry, Juan. Go ahead, bro.
No, it's all good. Yeah, no, I love this beauty. So what I did was I pulled a lot of inspiration from like different posts that I saw other creators making, right? And so this was something that I was like, and the cool thing too, and I would say another way to really kind of hone in on what you're prompting is use GPT. Like, so if you see a picture that you like on somebody's socials, right, take a picture of that, pop it into GPT, have GPT scan it, and say, hey, I'm on, can you create a prompt for Higgsfield that would recreate this picture, right? So this is one of the pictures that I found somebody posting, you know, they're on their bed, you know, comfy clothes, whatever. And this is something that I generated just off of popping that picture into GPT, coming up with a prompt, putting it into Higgsfield, and, you know, and just making sure that I kept her image, her likeness, you know, the same. So these are the kind of pictures that we're looking to kind of fill out her Pinterest and you know, so this is more lifestyle, you know, for Esme. And another one, let's take a quick look at another one. So this is kind of another one, right? Lifestyle, just she's kind of laying around, being, just being her, right? So kind of more of a close-up. This was the picture that I used for that dance, right? So off of this one picture, I was able to then animate this picture where she's doing the little TikTok dance. So these are the kind of things that you can do just by finding inspiration on what other people are doing. And then lastly is really quick is I wanted to kind of show you some of her new cosplay pictures, because I've been, as you can see here,
Oh, you are so organized. It's like
someone who's so
disgusting.
organized and busy.
Oh my God. I'm like, it's like this. I strive to be as organized as you are, bro.
There she is.
Oh, she's back. Electra.
Electra is back, right? So
Much better. Much better.
Yeah. So this is what I'm just keep cooking, right? Just keep cooking.
That's it. Electra Esme. I like it. All right, guys. Amazing stream, bro. You literally got almost like I feel like a job offer. I just tagged you on the post as well, bro. You too, MA, so that we can obviously start talking with Joy. Let's see what's what. But dude, this was incredible. Thank you, Juan, MA. Amazing stuff. I love that you guys are cooking this shit up during the week. I'm learning so much, like just during this and what you guys got cooking. So and Katz and everybody else, like Miss Gax, Humble, everybody who was tuning in, obviously jumped in the comments, and to the 1900 of you that are fucking here, we're doing something right. So at the end of the day, like, tune in, everybody. Next week is going to be part 2 or 3, guys. Part 2 or 3 of the series. I don't know which part.
Well, there's 5. So this was the first one. The next one's the second, and Juan won't be here next week, so it'll be just Dave and myself.
Oh, okay.
I'll be on a flight to New York, buddy, for New York Comic-Con. So
bro, you're gonna leave me with this one for a whole 90 minutes, bro? What do you think is gonna be crazy? Oh my God. Love you guys.
Do you see what I deal with?
I know.
No longer a Dave.
Listen,
Dave
I gotta go fill my stomach. Have some pity on me. I'm gonna be fasting for the rest of the night. So I'm gonna go repent my sins. But appreciate you guys. Love you. That's Data Diaries. Tune in next week, episode 9. Me and Emma are obviously gonna try and carry the ship. I don't know how.
We will carry the ship.
Something. We'll carry it. But Juan, when you're in New York next week, bro, we're definitely gonna link up. Of course. But yeah, appreciate everybody tuning in, and that's Data Diaries, baby. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Take care.
You've been watching the Data Diaries, where the future of AI gets personal. Your map at the crossroads of technology and creativity, where imagination and innovation intersect. Because the story is just getting started. Like and subscribe now, and be ready, because the next episode might just change the way you see everything.